Brandon, would you like to tell us about our encounter?
Our encounter for this week is the Virtuoshula. The fetid torrent slumbers deep within her subaquatic lair.
I'm sorry. This came from Ray, didn't it? Ray, why don't you tell us about this? I'm so sorry. He usually doesn't.
No, I was like, nice. They're prepped with the.
And it's a God Ripper.
Yes. All right, Ray, you brought this to us, so why don't I'm sorry, I totally forgot. Go ahead.
So this is the encounter that we plan on making if we hit our $5,000 stretch goal. But we're going to share it right here, so you can just take it anyway. but you won't get those sweet battle maps.
Yeah, you get the wicked battle maps, and this is a big summary of it, right?
Yes. So Vitreoshula, the fetid torrent, slumbers deep within her subaquatic lair. Your divinations have revealed that the God Ripper, a magic halberd capable of removing legendary eminences, resides in her hoard. If your world is to survive the coming of the Gigatarask, you will surely need this weapon in hand. Vitreoshula's lair is a gigantic subaquatic cavern. The lair has many naturally formed columns and stalagmites that the players can hide behind. But as Vitreoshula uses her acid breath, the columns crumble and the walls of the cavern start to let in the water from above. As the water level rises, the battle will quickly turn to Vitreoshula's favor as dry land becomes a valuable resource. Can the players find the God Ripper before Vitreoshula melts the flesh from their bones? Oh, and depending on your party level, you can make this black dragon either an ancient dragon, an adult dragon, or perhaps even a young black dragon.
See, I like that. That's a nice little detail because you could just easily be able to scale it to whatever you think your party can handle. I thought this is awesome. First, God Ripper, amazing. I love it. That's an amazing name. The idea that it's a special halberd that's that's in her lair, that's quite appealing, don't you think?
Yep.
Man, I love that. That is so. Let's talk about the Gigatarask. Because I have to ask: does the Gigatarask have a cover for its biggest weakness?
Yes, it does. So the Gigatarask doesn't need to be the name of whatever your amazing Tarask with a legendary eminence is. I kind of just came up with, I was like, what's something that sounds like Godzilla as I was writing this encounter? I was like, we need something that's scarier than an ancient black dragon. So, so I'm going to share another spoiler, I guess, but I'm happy to do so. For the Tarask's legendary eminence, we really love the idea that the Tarask is this planet-consuming monster, and when it arrives on your planet, it starts to behave almost like a collapsing star that is just kind of like roaming around destroying your cities. So it has this almost gravity well effect that anybody who is within 450 feet of it starts to be dragged towards it. You have to save. I've seen a lot of modifications to the Tarask to give it ranged attacks because that's its biggest weakness. But it also, it's not to my personal taste, because I think part of what makes the Tarask so awesome is that it doesn't have ranged attacks. So how can the Tarask drag everything that would do it harm into its melee range so that it can do what it's always been iconic at doing, which is smashing stuff?
I think you also solved one other problem that most people don't even realize. Lots of people point out, especially biologists, when they look at the Tarask, like, the Tarask is covered in spines. Usually only prey creatures have spines for defense. What comes down a Tarask?
A Gigatarask!
But if it has a gravity ability, maybe it does other damage when enemies are adjacent to the Tarask suddenly when they're pulled in because they're being impaled on the spines.
Oh my God! Could you imagine one of these bastards waking up, and then after a while, everyone's doing the best of fight, and when it finally shows up to your adventurers, there are just adventurers and armies just pierced all over its body, and it's like a walking corpse. What is the corpse capture or whatever it is? Oh my goodness!
Ooh, think of the magic items that might be on there.
Oh man, better than a dragon's sword.
So many bodies.
I really do like this encounter because you include the effects of the acid breath, altering the terrain and altering the combat, making it very dynamic. And I really think that that's a really good design philosophy. So kudos to you.
Oh, yeah.
That'll do it for our encounter. The God Ripper.